Good evening. It is Thursday, June 26, 2025, and coming to you from Lonely Tree Media headquarters in Tacoma, Washington, this is the Best Slam Sports Show. I'm your host, David Lamb. With me is my son, Parker. Say hello, Parker.
Hello, Parker.
There's a good energy in the gym today.
I say that every day.
Do you?
It is up there with my most used quotes, especially when playing video games with people and we're doing something right. Or like last night, Austin and I were playing a baseball game. He hit a home run, and the next at bat, I hit a home run, and I was like, "There's good energy in the gym."
Yeah, I mean, I don't normally use it, and I've got my date wrong, so I'm going to change my date.
Oh no!
I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes we do this, and that's what happens. Today's 26, 2025, and we're okay. And then the world will be good. And now if I go back to the title page, look at that.
Boom! Date's
Boom.
good.
Boom. All of a sudden we're current. I don't know. We had a lot of things going on. There was a wedding, and there was...
If only our admin would have figured this out a while ago.
There was some sickness. Some of us got really sick. There was a lot of things. My birthday yesterday. So
yeah, happy belated birthday.
We've been sidetracked a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we got a few things to talk about. Most of the sports have ended. Now we're down to baseball and soccer, and WNBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, and another month before the NFL kicks off with some stuff to talk about. Although there is some things to talk about, it's just not as exciting as you want it to be.
Yeah. So. Well, there's no competitiveness to talk about with it. It's just information.
We still got Formula One.
We still do.
And we could talk about NASCAR or something if we wanted to.
Do we have to?
We don't have to. We could, but I'm saying we could. We could fill with like things like golf, right? We could, JJ Spawn and maybe the
what was that 80 something foot putt, 60 something foot putt?
Yeah, but also his relationship with his wife that may or may not be in bad shape based on. You don't even see that?
No.
So we didn't even talk about this, but we're going to talk about it right now because you don't know anything about it. JJ Spawn and his wife was at the tournament, right? The U.S. Open.
Right.
That he won.
Okay. And, I remember, yeah.
Okay. And he and her had a moment after, but apparently there might be some kind of friction between the two. He dotes on his kids and he takes his kids and he mentioned his kids in his acceptance of the trophy. He mentioned his kids, but he didn't mention his wife. Yeah, which is weird, right? And I don't. Well, let's be fair.
It's strange.
It is not normal that you don't say, "Well, I want to thank my family, my wife, and my kids."
Well, right, because all golfers are cookie cutters, and they first of all, I want to thank God.
Well, I mean, there's that, but
me. Like everyone says the same crap. So when somebody doesn't say the same crap, it seems strange.
But your wife, there's definitely some tension. You're gonna have to go look, go find it, go look it up.
I have pulled up. Wife refuses to touch him. Oh,
see,
JJ Spawn's clear message on wife melody. Oh, apparently he's commented on it already.
Yeah, see, there's something going on. We don't know what it is exactly, but I mean, there's speculation. But it was just kind of weird the reaction to that whole thing. But I mean, normally your wife would be super exuberant, let's call it, if you won the U.S. Open, right? As your first major,
maybe.
I would think she'd be super happy for you. I mean, mine would be. Why his wasn't exact? I mean, sure, she's happy. She's going to get some of that money. Let's be fair. If that's the case, I don't know.
It's their money, yeah.
It's their money.
Apparently, he's said enough nice things about her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He said back in 2023, his wife revealed to give him a 5-hour rule when it comes to practicing ahead of tournaments. After this time period is reached, JJ has to come back home and help with the kids.
Oh, well, I mean, that's fair. I think that's okay. I mean, come on. You don't think that's fair?
If this is how you make your living and all of the things that you have. Now, mind you, if she has a business and she's providing just as much and she has to work too. There's a balance in all this. But if this is the sole income for your family, nah, bro. I will practice as much as I need to practice to ensure I can keep doing this. Like, if
Yeah, and
that's the case.
I understand what you're saying. I feel like
Although also
this is
5 hours of practice is a lot.
it's a lot. It is a lot.
That's a
I
lot of
feel like
practice.
this is a team effort, right? Because
Yes,
a
I
guy
would agree.
you've got single golfers out there and they do it on their own because they've always been on their own and that's fine. But when you're married and you become good all of a sudden, I want to say that like he just all of a sudden became good. But when you become famous, let's call it that, right?
Yeah,
Nobody knows who JJ Spawn is until he wins the U.S. Open, and now he's going to be a household name, right? And
yeah.
now the scrutiny comes, right, about your family because how come your wife didn't kiss you? How come she didn't hug you after,
Well, she
right?
was holding their sick kid, and so I'm
Agreed.
reading a thing here saying that there's a lot of people saying like, "Hey, keep the sick kid away, away."
I get it, but I mean maybe, but we don't know
Yeah,
for sure. We don't know
it
is
was
the thing.
also chaotic. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a lot of
there's a lot
things,
going on.
but neither one of them have come out in any. There's no other instances of them having any potential marital issues
And
other
maybe
than
not.
that moment.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of
I'm
strange.
just saying it was a weird
It feels like a lot of people are concerned about it.
and I am because
It's because
I
golfers are
watched
so freaking boring.
I
We're
wa-
looking for something.
I watched that tournament. I watched all of the rounds. I mean, I watched some certain things. I watch. The U.S. Open is one of those things that I watch. I don't watch all the golf tournaments because boring, right? But I
Yeah.
watch the majors. I watch the Masters, and I watch the U.S. Open. The British Open's coming up. I watch those
Do
things.
you like that the U.S. Open is difficult?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
me
should
too.
be. It should be difficult.
All golf courses should be. I'm tired of
Yeah.
watching people hit 15 under. Let me see you struggle.
And so they made so like the Masters. The Masters used to be the Augusta National used to be much more difficult, and they made it easier, right?
That's boring. That's
And
boring.
I don't like that. I don't no make it hard. I want you to miss a putt by an inch off or half an inch off the right side of the cup, and I want it to roll off the green and down the hill 50 yards. I want that because that adds drama, and drama is what we're after. Because if everybody
Sure.
just made every putt, it would be boring.
It would be boring.
It would be
Which
boring.
is what most golf tournaments turn into is just par,
Yeah,
birdie,
yeah.
birdie, birdie, par. And it's like, okay,
I don't,
come on. And when somebody hits a bogey, everyone's like, whoa, drama.
and I don't want to see some guy playing TPC Sawgrass and shooting 58.
Yeah, it's boring.
58 is boring. I
It's
mean,
boring. Let's move the grass up a couple inches. Let's make the
yeah,
clubs
make
wooden
it
again.
harder.
And
Do something. Got to do something to make it harder.
how about
I,
this? You have to play in house slippers. No spikes.
well, and you know what? You watch what's his name Scheffler. Watch Scheffler hit a ball, right? And his back foot is moving when he drives the ball. His back foot moves, and I'm like, goes against everything I've ever seen. It comes off the ground and it moves. I was told that's a big no-no. That is not okay. But he seems to crush it, and I don't know how. So it's little things like that where I go, this is how. I mean, would it matter if he had cleats on or not, or spikes on or not? It doesn't matter because his foot's off the ground.
Huh.
So
I'm watching a slow motion of him swinging right now.
yeah, watch his
He
right foot.
he does kind of
It comes off
so
the ground and goes wonky,
he
right?
kind of baseball hacks at
He
it.
kind of baseball hacks at it, but he hits it a freaking ton.
Does he keep his elbow in? Oh, he sure as shit does. Good for him. It's so weird. 80% of his form looks great, but he still ends up looking like he just hit a home run.
Yeah, he looks like any Joe Schmo hitting a ball by the time he's done, and you're like, that looks weird, right?
That's
I don't.
cool though.
It
I
is.
don't know. I'd like to see more Happy Gilmore style swings out there.
I wish they would do that. They ought to have
Everyone
a
having the
tournament
same swing is
like
boring.
that. You know what I mean? Where you have to
Oh,
putt with a hockey stick and you got to tee off like that.
I think the tournament should be everyone has to play opposite hand.
Mm.
I want to see.
Have you
I wanna
tried that?
see- Yes, and it's awful.
It's awful trying to hit
But
something left-handed, like with using the backside of the not the backside, but flipping over the club.
I'm just happy to see. No, you can't flip over the club. You have to use a left-handed set of clubs.
I don't
if you're
have a
right-handed.
left-handed stick club.
No, but I know the course will give them to you. This is a big
But
production.
no, but it's what I'm saying. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is
Oh.
you and your attempt to hit something left-handed Did you use a left-handed club, or
Yes,
were you out there on the
I
course
use
and
a
go,
left-handed club.
okay, that's different. What I'm saying is when you're out there on the course and you hit a ball up against a tree, but
And
you're
you
on the
have to
right
use,
side of
yeah,
it, and you got
I've
to
done
use
that
the
before.
yeah, you got to flip the club over, and you got to try and to wonk it out there with the. That's hard.
It's a pain in the butt.
But some of these guys make amazing shots from that, and
And
that's
again,
why they're pro.
that's boring. I
Well,
don't want to see struggle.
but that is a cool. That is when a guy hits a ball like that. That is neat, and you go, "Wow, that is really cool." And that he did that. He's amazing that he can do that. Those are the things you want to see. We need more of those. We
What
need
about a
more.
course where like par is like 100? It's like here's 1,000-yard par 8.
Well, then you're going to favor the long hitters, and that's not okay.
Well, like, great, but
We want
long hitters mean. But I want to put it in like one of the wind. Like we only hold it in Denver in June, so the wind's gonna move the ball 40 miles. So everyone you try and put up
I
in the air is gonna get affected.
I want to see them play other things. I want to see
Like putt putt,
a putt golf course. Yeah, like a regular
a real
miniature golf
complicated
course.
putt putt.
Right. Or I want to see them play a par 3 course, right? Just par 3. They do it
watching them do par 3 courses.
they do it at the Masters, but I'm talking about a long par 3. They're 200 yards. They're 220 yards each hole, right? Make it hard on them. Because
Actually, that wouldn't be bad. Yeah.
those are the holes they struggle on. If you watch at a Masters or at a major tournament, it's like 225 yards. That's a long ways to hit a ball.
Because you don't have any room for error.
No.
You're most likely all the time. I play Golf Plus on the VR with Austin and Jake, and all the time we struggle with par 3s, and the reason being is because if your drive isn't on the green,
right. Yeah,
you're pretty much shooting par or lower.
Or lower.
So, and most of the time it's lower.
I want to see him. I
should say.
I would like to see him play. Like, give me not everybody on tour, but give me the top 20 something or 36. Let's say two per hole.
Oh.
I want to see him play for speed. You get a point. You get
like
points for how fast you can get it done.
Okay.
Right. You get points for the actual round, right? What your score is, but you also get points for how fast you get it done.
For how fast you get it. I kind of like that. That's
kind
of fun.
That would be fun to watch because now we're talking about an event.
Make the bottom 20 do it for their tour cards.
Well, that's true. I mean, because by speed, that filters right into American audiences. American audiences love quick things, right? We want it to be fast. The faster you play that round, the better. That's just how Americans are. We don't want to watch you take 7 hours to play golf. We want you to see in 30 minutes, can you finish that round?
How about this? I have an idea.
Go ahead.
It's one hole head to head.
Okay.
Right? One hole head to head. Let's say it's 550 yards. Let's make it a long one. I'll hit first, then you'll hit second, and then you have to hit my ball, and I have to hit your ball.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So there's an incentive to screw up your shots. However, there is a time limit. And if your ball, the one you start with, isn't in the hole by a certain point, then you lose. So you both have to get in the hole before like the 5-minute mark, but you're also hitting at each other's. So there is incentive to get it down the field, and you need the other person to get it down the field, but you don't want to help them too much. And there's a speed element because we got to hustle because we got 5 to get all the way down there.
Interesting.
Like, I don't know, because you would think if you just hit each other's ball, you just keep hitting it away. But if you put it has to go in the hole.
Right.
Now we have to go that way.
Right.
But I don't want to be easy. I want to see somebody intentionally put a ball behind a tree.
I like it. That'd be hard. That'd be hard to intentionally get it where. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, let me think about this. What do you think about we take the top 19 players in the world?
Okay.
Right. And on the first hole, number 19 and number 18 play, right?
Okay.
Winner moves forward to the next hole, to hole 2, and plays number 17. And then, so if you're in the number 1 in the world, you've only got to win one hole.
You've only got to win one
Just
hole.
the 18.
And you're fresh.
And you're fresh,
Somebody
right? You haven't played 17 holes
holes
or whatever, right? Yeah.
But you also might get the guy, once 18 number 20 got down to number 2,
right?
That 2-1. Now you're getting a guy who's only had one hole.
And he's warmed up.
Like a lot of,
and he's warmed up, right? So I think that'd be fun to watch.
That would be fun.
That'd be an interesting way to, like a step ladder, as they call it in bowling.
I know I know it's head to head and you're all competing for score, but I would like to see more of an elimination style thing. Like
Yeah.
maybe it's not quite that way, but maybe you bracket out your top 100 and they play each other.
Well,
One plays 50,
I
and
also
you eliminate them that way.
I also like the idea like Live Golf, which has teams, teams of 4, right? So
Teams are cool,
there's a team score, right? There's a team winner and there's an individual winner.
right?
So you could win based on other players being great, and you even if you had a bad day, somebody else can pick you up.
We have digressed quite a
Yeah.
ways.
Well, we're 15 minutes into the show and we haven't talked about anything we're going to talk about.
Anything that we planned on talking
Not
about.
not a bit, not a single bit. So let's move on to Justin Tucker. Former Baltimore Ravens kicker Justin Tucker, who's now a free agent, and the reason he's a free agent is because he had some issues, some off field issues. He's been suspended for the first 10 weeks of the 2025 regular season after the NFL says he violated the personal conduct policy. He can serve the suspension as a free agent, and he's free to sign with an NFL team, and he could attend training camp, but he can't play, and he can play in the preseason games, but he can't. Yeah, but he can't play in the regular games until August 26th. Wait, no.
Yeah.
Before his suspension will start, November 11th is when he can actually play.
Is when he's
yeah. So he's 30. Tucker was accused of sexual misconduct by 16 massage therapists. So he pulled a Deshaun Watson, right?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. You're right. Allegedly.
You know who their lawyer is?
No.
Tony Busby, the same lawyer from Deshaun Watson.
Well, of course.
Of course.
Yeah. Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
Because
no, it's got to be the same guy. Yeah. Who seems to now with two different people have rallied a new. Either they are both this bad in these different places, or
right.
I was suspicious of Tony Busby to begin with because there was nothing concrete ever on Deshaun Watson. It was all civil. This is all civil.
So here's my issue.
None of this is criminal.
I get it. So here's my issue.
It's a he said, she said.
Here's my issue. If one massage therapist said you did this and we had an argument and it was a he said, she said, that's okay. 16 massage therapists is not a he said, she said. That is a problem.
It is when somebody somebody calls your thing and says, "Hey, I know Justin Tucker comes there."
Maybe you're okay.
Has he ever even made?
So you've gone the other way. So you're going
Saul Goodman.
You're going the other way, and assuming that these girls, the ladies, I'm assuming they're all ladies. I don't know.
There's a reason it's not criminal.
But you're assuming that they are all lying. Is that what you're telling me?
No.
Okay.
Hold on. What I'm assuming is that their motivations behind coming forward might be unethical, meaning
they have to lie.
They may have done something consensually.
Oh.
Right? These are sexual misconduct.
They are.
Not sexual assault, not sexual
not
abuse,
assault. You're
not
right.
rape, their sexual misconduct does not imply a lack of consent. Right? Sexual misconduct just means you did something that is generally considered inappropriate. That doesn't mean that the other person didn't take part in it also. But one person tells Tony Busby, and he starts calling around all the massage parlors in the greater Baltimore area. Hey, do you know this guy Justin Tucker? You know this guy's got a big old leg. Like, if you talk to him, and then just, did he ever ask you to do anything? And if the answer is maybe, that's good enough. Hey, let's put you in the suit. We got 10 other girls that are doing this too. This is how class action lawsuits are that are not founded in a criminal element.
So here's my question.
That's my concern with it.
Why did the Ravens cut him?
You look.
Okay.
Nothing is above the shield.
Nothing's been proven.
Right.
We haven't been in court. We haven't talked about any of this stuff, but he's been cut by his team. Yep. One of the best kickers in NFL history, might be the best.
Yep.
And he was cut by his team. He was cut by his team because the look is bad. Well, if you believe that he's not guilty, why would you not stick with him?
I mean, that's not really the point.
It is.
It doesn't matter. So last year he was 4 of 4 on field goals from 20 to 29. 7 of 7 on field goals from 30 to 39, 5 of 8
Yeah.
on 40 to 49, and 6 of 11.
Yeah,
So
he
he's
was
got a
bad
pretty
last year.
good 20,
Well,
22 of 30. It was his worst year
worst.
in history,
He was last. Well,
right?
next to last in the NFL.
73% field goal percentage.
Yeah, it was worse than his
Mind you,
career.
he attempted more 50 plus field goals than anybody else in the league. But
Right.
73% is his worst by far. And he's only been going downhill. 2021, he was 94, then 86, then 86.5, then 73. He's only getting worse.
Could be those
You
massages.
can replace a 73% field goal kicker. You can replace it.
You
You
can.
can't replace a 94, but you can replace a 73.
Agreed.
And you don't have to deal with all the women in the crowd yelling at you
He's
because
also-
they think that you're some bad person.
He's also
What's the
30,
deal?
35. He's not young
Yeah,
anymore.
he's a little older.
Yeah.
He's 35. So
Yeah.
that's my thing is at some point you go, all right, are there any NFL players whose value has far exceeded the wrong they've done in the last, let's say 15 years or since Roger Goodell took hold?
Oh, I don't know when Roger Goodell took hold. You're talking about Adrian Peterson? Are we talking about
Adrian Peterson got suspended and got kicked off his team.
Yeah.
And that was for switching his child.
Right.
For child abuse.
It's funny, and I'm not advocating any of that, and I that's not okay. But what I am gonna say is that I watched a Family Guy episode the other day, and they talked about Adrian Peterson walking through a forest with his child, and I started laughing so hard. Anyway,
there's nobody that has been allowed to continue in the NFL at length or at any real length without some punishment. And 9 times out of 10, the team does it first.
Yeah.
You don't get those passes in this league.
So here's
if
my
you screw up, you're going to get cut.
Here's my question.
Kind of your exception.
Well, yeah, but here's my question. They cut him 3 years remaining on his 4-year, $22 million contract. Right? Okay. He was the highest paid kicker.
Which they may or may not owe him if the reasons they cut him are determined by the league to be justified.
He was the longest tenured player on the Ravens, right? And the last one remaining from their Super Bowl roster in 2012. So what I'm getting at is he's been there a long time. And all of this is supposed to have happened between 2012 and 2016. So we're talking about stuff that's 13
it's the same thing as Deshaun Watson's case.
Agreed.
All drug up stuff from 5 to 10 years beforehand.
Right. But here's my question. Just because someone didn't speak up when it happened does not mean it's not valid. Right?
Right.
Okay. So if it's valid, then he's probably getting off easy. I mean, yeah, if this is an actual thing, Deshaun Watson got off pretty easy. I'm going to be honest. He's not.
It was a civil suit. He probably paid millions and millions and millions of dollars. What do you mean got off easy?
Well, he got off easy in terms of punishment.
Was inclined to do
in terms of punishment.
Well, he was suspended for a year.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, he might have been, and
I think it was a year.
He hasn't been great when he came back, right?
No, well, he's been. Well, the year he was supposed to come back, he tore his Achilles.
Yeah, well,
and he's still rehabbing from that, but that's also because he's mid-30s. So
that's true too.
He gonna have a hard time coming back from an Achilles tear in the mid-30s.
I'm just saying this. How many players in the NFL? There's 32 teams. How many players? How many 50 something times 32? Right?
How many NFL players? 1,696 active players.
1,696. 2 of those 1,696 have been accused of this. 2.
Right.
So it's not like it's a common thing. This is not
yet.
Okay, well, I mean, maybe somebody else is doing it, but we don't have that. What I'm getting at is the evidence we have says 2 of these guys have been accused of this. 2. Right?
When you say evidence,
the evidence we have, hold on,
is a collective group of anonymous women
sure.
represented by a single lawyer saying they said this in a civil court.
Again, you're assuming
there is no evidence of impropriety. He said, she said, but multiple she's in this case.
And again, you're assuming they're lying.
I'm just assuming that it's a civil case, and people.
You're assuming they're out for money, and they're lying. That they're money grubbing, and they're out for lying. Yeah, that's what you're assuming. Yeah. I get it. That's what you're saying by saying that. You're saying these women are maybe something very innocent happened, and they're going to go after the money. And that's why they're doing this. Maybe, But also, maybe something that is misconduct happened. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe there's sexual assault in here and we're not being accused of that yet, but maybe that's what happened. How do you know that?
Yeah.
We don't know that. We'll
We don't know
never
that.
know that. That's the problem. That's what I have.
And that is the beauty
there's
of this lawsuit.
there is
That
enough.
is what makes it so valuable for Tony Busby to keep doing this. He just got a payday off of
Sure.
Deshaun Watson. He's going to get another payday
There-
off of Justin Tucker, and he'll probably get another payday off someone else. Eventually, players will just stop going to massage therapists.
And I hope that's true because I would put them off limits if I was the owner, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
so also, damn it, now I forgot what I was going to say. If any of this is true, if any of this is, and we can call it misconduct, but you can also call it assault if it becomes unwarranted, right?
Right.
This is
But
assault.
that would be a criminal situation.
Agreed.
Even in the instance of like 10 years later, somebody
Agreed.
talking about it would become a criminal situation. It hasn't done that.
I
don't
just
think
because
the issue is assault.
But I think they did that with Deshaun Watson, right? Did they not go to the police? Was there not police involvement?
I can't remember.
I feel like there was, but I don't
Yeah.
think that ended up being anything. So what I'm getting at is, I feel like people like Deshaun Watson. Okay, you're right. He had to spend however many millions of dollars to defend himself. He had to, but when 16 massage therapists tell you that something happened, you're saying that this attorney made 16 people lie and say, this is what happened and it's wrong. But what could have happened was, if one of them is not lying, one of them,
Sure.
isn't that enough? Isn't that
Yes.
enough to put a guy in jail?
Yes, and he would be.
Okay, but this is not criminal. You're right. What I'm getting at is, if one of these women is telling the truth, it's enough to put him in jail. And all they're asking for is, hey, I want him to be 10 weeks of suspension is not enough. That's what I'm getting at. All it takes is one. There doesn't have to be 16 of them being right. Just
understand
one.
I understand what you are saying.
And I assume
agree.
out
and
of
if
six,
that was the case, then the article that was written by the Baltimore Banner, which was the first thing that kind of revealed this, and then Tony Busby got involved, the article that was written by them would have produced some coherence of actual chargeable offense, but it didn't. All of these allegations are things like he exposed himself.
yeah, that's a criminal offense.
Yeah, remember when Peyton Manning they tried to get him for exposing himself?
I do not remember that. So you have to refresh.
Oh, so Peyton Manning and his buddy back in the Tennessee days, because of course it came up 30 years later. Peyton Manning and his buddy were in the training room and were goofing around, and Peyton Manning showed his ass to his buddy, like mooned him, and the trainer was between them. And then that trainer said that Peyton Manning made inappropriate sexual misconduct. That was what happened.
Okay.
So the intention of your act is very important, but not relevant to a civil case. All I know from all of this, from a lawyer and from an article that was written, is there is nothing close to prompting any law enforcement agency to go, yeah, something wrong happened here.
I'm reading.
Something perceivably wrong happened here, the same way it did in the Peyton Manning thing. But it doesn't mean something legally wrong happened here.
I'm reading.
And that's the concern I'm dealing with.
I'm reading the story about a former University of Tennessee trainer who accused Peyton Manning of pressing his buttocks and genitals against her face while she examined his ankle. She
stood up while he was mooning his teammate.
But that's what he said.
That's what he said.
Okay, again, you're dealing with a he said he
Peyton Manning some sort of.
I know.
What's more likely, that Peyton Manning some sort of deviant, or that this person misunderstood a situation and saw an opportunity to maybe grab a little cash?
And maybe.
What's more likely? And I know more likely.
If this is the only person that's ever happened with Peyton Manning, you're absolutely right. But 16 massage therapists is not one lady.
I understand what you are saying, but
and Deshaun Watson was 20 something or 30 something.
Yeah. But none of it is criminal.
It is criminal. It
It's
is criminal.
inappropriate, right? Same thing as flipping off a child. But guess what? You're not going to go to jail for
It,
flipping off a
but
child,
it
right?
is
It's inappropriate.
it is criminal. You cannot expose yourself to anyone ever. You can't unless it's your, you know what I mean? Exposing yourself to someone is sexual assault. Period. If they don't want it.
But hey, this thing does not allege sexual assault.
Agreed. That's what I'm getting at, and you're right.
There you go. Because sexual assault implies a malicious intent. He was seen, and they viewed it as inappropriate. That's what we do know, right? They saw his wiener.
Well,
they
it's
didn't
not just
want to see his wiener.
it's not just
That's
that.
What we know.
They did other things. He did other things.
Yeah, I'm trying to read the article, but the freaking
Yeah.
Baltimore Sun's article is pay gated,
Yeah.
and so like
Yeah, you got to pay. For
freaking can't read it.
You got to pay for it.
Yeah, but it says it was at 4 spas in the Baltimore area. So 4 different spas with a handful of people and things like that are all reported inappropriate conduct, not sexual assault, not sexual abuse, inappropriate
just
conduct.
because
That'd be the same thing as talking on your phone too loud and cussing in public. It's not wrong, but it's inappropriate. You shouldn't do it.
Understood. But let's just assume that one of them decides to go to the police with, "Hey, he did this to me." It becomes legal, criminal.
That's a big deal.
It is criminal.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's enough.
If it goes that way, which it won't.
It won't. I agree with you.
It didn't for 30 girls for Deshaun Watson. Not one of them wanted to do too much about it.
I don't know that they didn't want to do much about it. I don't think there was anything they were going to do about it. I think there becomes an issue where you realize, or someone comes in, leans on you, and you go, "There's not much I'm going to be able to do," right? What can I do to him, right? Yeah. What do I have? And that becomes the issue. So we'll sue him civilly, and we'll hope we get some money out of it, as opposed to the criminal part, which is much harder to prove.
Yeah.
Right.
And some of the Deshaun Watson girls did go to the police, but they determined it's what he said, she said.
Yeah.
Without any sort of evidence, what can you do?
Okay.
All right, let's. I just. What's it called? I just went to the dentist yesterday. Yeah. I could go to the police tomorrow and say, she touched me inappropriately.
You could.
Or she exposed herself to me.
Did she?
That's not the point. I could go to them and say it.
It is the point.
Well, no, it is the point from a morality standpoint. Just stay on the train. I can go to them and say it. And now there's a police report that it's being investigated that is never going to get anywhere because there's no cameras in the little dental room and things like that. Right. It's just my word.
Nothing's going to happen, right?
Nothing's going to happen. So there's no real criminal element, which means
I'm lying.
Hold on. No, yes, hold on.
I'm waiting. Go ahead.
I'm lying, or she's lying, or we're both lying about something.
Right.
But none of it's justifiable enough to actually prosecute and charge anybody. And that is my issue with any of these things. Matt Aritza, the punter for Buffalo, the one who got kicked off the team, because he was involved in some woman said, he was involved in like a rape or whatever.
Yeah.
He got kicked off the team.
Yeah.
And then she said she lied. She said she lied. She has been charged.
Okay.
For falsifying a police report.
Okay.
But he still got kicked off the team, which is where all this started.
Okay.
It doesn't matter whether you're telling the truth or not. You are not above the shield. And the NFL will remove you, and teams will remove you long before due process is effectively held. They don't want the drama. You're replaceable. Yeah. Everyone's replaceable in the league. And that's the issue with it, is that everyone's so replaceable.
And I get it. I'm just saying what I know. What I know is just because no one has filed a criminal charge doesn't mean this wasn't criminal. That's what I know. I know that's true.
To say that properly is to say that it doesn't mean it was or wasn't.
Well, and I understand, because you're going to assume. So here's my issue. You're going to assume these guys are innocent until proven guilty. And I understand that.
That's the constitutional right.
Got it. Except that's not how it works. Right. You can say that all day, but that's not how it works.
They've been kicked off their team.
So secondly, I'm going to assume that if one person told you, hey, this is what happened, and that it became no, it didn't. Yes, it did. No, it didn't. Okay, I am more than inclined to believe you. If it's 16 or 30, I am less inclined to believe you. That is less likely a fact that you didn't do anything to 16 different people. That is not how it works.
I understand. How often does this happen to people who aren't famous?
It doesn't happen to hardly anybody but these two guys.
Does the Baltimore Sun or the Baltimore Banner investigate Joe Schmo down the street
because
he
two
exposed
guys.
himself to a couple people?
It's
like,
just,
you think these massage therapists deal with how many people?
A lot.
You think that no one's exposed themselves to them? You think that no one's done actual inappropriate, like, real shit?
But we don't have that. Where's that? Maybe it has happened, and we just don't have that information in front of us.
That's exactly right. And you won't have that information. Why? Because they're not famous. They don't have money, and it doesn't matter.
Oh,
they don't matter. That over there doesn't matter.
And that's where
you have a.
That's where you and I disagree.
You have someone you can target.
That's where you and I disagree. Is that you assume they're out for money and none of this happened, and they're lying, and I don't. I assume that maybe a few of them are, but I don't think 16 people lie together.
Hold on.
With the exact same kind of thing.
I don't assume that they are out for money.
Well, yeah, you are. You said that they're not going after anybody else. They're not going after Joe Schmo. You told me that. They're going after famous people.
Quote me wholly. I said the Baltimore Banner isn't investigating anybody else. They're not investigating Joe Schmo. So now that you have my complete quote, now we can talk about the ladies again.
Okay.
Right? I didn't say that they were directly lying. I said you don't know. So to assume Justin Tucker's lying is the same thing. It's tantamount to assuming that they're lying. They're the same. That's the same amount of moral ambiguity.
Okay.
It's just where do you want to side yourself with in the global spectrum of things to feel good about yourself? I don't care if I trust him or them, but neither of them has proven anything to me.
I will.
So in my eyes, they're in the same exact spot. The only difference is they still have their jobs, and Justin Tucker got fired.
Sure. I will.
That's it. No one has proven truth.
I got you. I understand.
That's what I mean.
I will assume.
That's my point on all this. Yeah.
I will assume that one person is lying over 16. That's what I will assume. Always over 30. I will assume that one person was lying over those 16 or those 30. You can assume that those 16 are lying compared to the one if you want to, but I will assume that 16 are not lying. There's one lying, and 16 are not lying. Maybe some of them are, but not all of them. I don't think that's the thing.
This is you choosing to align yourself.
It's numbers. It's sheer numbers.
Hold on. You have no facts. You have no proof.
Sheer numbers.
There is no information.
What do you mean there's no proof?
You're willing to choose the masses over an individual. That's all you're trying to do.
Okay.
You are just listening.
All right.
And saying, I agree with volume.
Okay.
Over anything else.
And what you're saying is because there's no camera footage, it never happened. Pixar, it didn't happen.
No.
That's what you're telling me. There's no facts. There's no facts because we don't have camera footage and nobody can prove anything. That's what you're telling me.
I mean, that's factually accurate, though.
Okay, but that's what you're saying, right?
No camera footage,
Tell me that's not true. You assume if there was a camera footage in one of those massage rooms, which is probably illegal,
there would be a criminal charge, probably. Yeah.
There we go.
If there was, but there isn't.
And if it was just
the game of what ifs, we have to play the game of what do we have, and all we have is people versus people.
16 versus 1 is what we have.
I hear you, and so and that's what I'm saying. I do not care if it's 70
at multiple different places.
At four places,
right?
16 girls across 4 places.
Right.
So multiple girls.
It's not like one place where all these girls know each other and they go, "Oh yeah, let's get behind this."
I don't know that they don't all know each other.
They may.
No clue about that.
They may.
They may all know.
You're right.
Every
massage therapist might know every other.
A massage parlor guild or something like that.
Oh, not a massage parlor. That's what's his name from New England.
Robert Kraft.
That's different.
This
is a massage therapist.
He's about the only person who's managed to escape.
We absolutely know that that's probably a fact. I mean, we don't know, but we're 99% sure that's a fact. Right?
Yeah.
Robert Kraft. The massage parlor is different than a massage therapist. So
I'm dying to read this whole article because all it says is the alleged actions include exposing his genitals, brushing his penis against 2 massage therapists, and leaving bodily fluids on massage tables.
How does that
happen? Exactly. I'm curious to know more.
I would like to know that.
Did he pee? Are you talking about other stuff?
They're talking about semen, not
body
pee.
Fluids
they said semen.
No, they said bodily.
It specifically says semen somewhere. I read it. Yeah.
Again, I need to read this whole article.
I'm trying
to find a way to get around the pay gate on
it. It's garbage. I hate that.
But it's 4 spas in the Baltimore area.
Yeah.
So it's
right.
they're massage therapists, but my gym has a massage therapist.
Do you know? Do you know we've been on here 40 minutes? We've talked about one thing.
We talked about two things. We talked about golf and the
But doesn't
Knicks.
golf? It wasn't even on our list. That was not even.
But that was important. That was an
We're not
important
even
side.
gonna get anywhere. We're not even gonna get past the first like two or three
Nah, it's
things.
all right. We can move on.
I can't. We're gonna have to. So
Yeah,
let's move past Justin Tucker. Whether you believe it or not, doesn't matter. It
yeah.
is what it is. He's
It,
suspended.
yep.
It is. It's the NFL's will suspend you before due process. That's just what happens. I mean, the
Yep.
NFL
Pretty
does
much.
that.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's move forward. So let's talk about Wander Franco, former Tampa Bay Rays uh, shortstop. He was found guilty of sexual abuse of a minor in the Dominican Republic, received a suspended 2-year prison sentence on Thursday. That's today. After he had a sexual relationship with a 14-year-old girl when he was 21.
Yeah.
Yeah, the prosecutors were after a bigger thing, but I so here's the thing is you get found. I mean, I don't know what the justice system is like in the Dominican Republic. I don't know. Is it going to
Yeah.
be the same as it is in the United States? Is it going to be less strict? Is the burden of proof out there? I don't know what happened. I don't know. But the mother of the victim, right, was convicted of sexually trafficking her daughter.
Yeah.
So
She received a payment of 1 million
yeah,
pesos.
she paid
Something like that.
she paid him, or she received payment from him for
Yeah.
her daughter to have sex with him. That's what
Yeah.
happened. And now he's off. He's not in the NFL or in the MLB anymore.
Yeah.
Hasn't played since 23. I don't know. That's an interesting thing too. But when police raided the girl's home, they found 68,500 in U.S. dollars and another 800,000 Dominican pesos at the house. So that was supposedly the money that he paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, to have sex with a minor. And I'm like, okay. I don't. This is now he's been convicted of this, right?
Right.
So this is less speculation, right, and
Yeah.
more fact.
Definitely.
We hope,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we don't know how the judicial system is in the
Well,
Dominican
it
Republic.
says
We
he's been
assume.
sentenced to a suspended 2-year jail sentence, but I don't know what suspended means. I can't find a definition of like when it's
Well,
supposed to start.
I don't know if it's suspended meaning he's going to do it later, or if it's suspended meaning if he meets certain requirements, he doesn't have to do it. That could also be suspended. A suspended
Yeah,
sentence may
I
mean
took it to mean he wasn't in jail already. It should have been time served. So
maybe.
it was suspended, quote unquote, until now.
Yeah, it could be.
So,
I don't. I feel like what they're saying is
oh wait, it says
unless
avoids jail time.
avoids jail time. Yeah, unless something happens again, he's not going to jail. Which
Well, he's not going back to an MLB team. I'll tell you that.
you say that, and yet I've seen
No.
guys. I don't know. In another 3, he's only 24. In another 3 or 4 years, this is all. I mean, Ray Rice punched a lady on freaking video. Did he not?
He never played again.
I get it, but someone picked him up.
No,
I think they
I don't think
did.
anybody did.
I think they did.
No, really?
But I don't think he played. So I'm like, someone's willing to take a chance. You know what I mean? In 3 or 4 years, that it's all going to blow over. No one's going to care. Deshaun Watson probably shouldn't have signed a contract, but he did. You know what I mean? But that was less. He wasn't guilty of sexual abuse. Blah 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 blah. I get it. Anyway, I don't know.
Yeah, see, I'm reading Ray Rice's thing. It says in
He
2016,
never
he vowed
played?
to donate all of the season's salary to domestic violence charities if he were signed by a team, but he remained unsigned.
Okay.
In 2018, he announced his football career is over. No one touched Ray Rice with a 10-foot pole
Because
again.
there's video evidence.
There's video evidence. Yeah,
Yeah.
You
That's
can't-
the only reason.
And not to harken back to the other stuff, but if there was video evidence of Deshaun Watson or of what's his name, they'd be gone. They'd be gone for sure, forever.
Yeah.
And Wander Franco is never coming back. It's the type of crime. I've seen guys getting brawls and make their way back. I've seen guys get in car accidents and make their way back. I've seen allegations of domestic abuse that were never substantiated and they've made their way back. But as soon as there's any sort of evidence or conviction, you are toaster strudels.
Yeah.
Like, you're done. You don't have a place in professional sports. Wander Franco, especially since this is can you imagine people holding up signs at a baseball game? like calling him a pedophile and things like that.
Yeah.
No, that's a black eye. You do not want that
You
anywhere
don't.
near your
Yeah, you don't
franchise.
want that. I agree.
Yeah, he's done. No one's gonna pick him up, so he's never gonna play in the MLB again. Hopefully, he made enough
Okay.
money.
Okay.
Hopefully, he didn't pay too much money.
We'll see. I'm just saying. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily. I mean,
you don't want to count anybody out, but
because
because
somebody's just stupid
people
enough
are
to.
greedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people, the
Well,
Browns were just stupid
if he.
enough to shine
Right.
Deshaun
How
Watson.
much money they pay to Sean Watson? Guaranteed money.
Ugh.
Right.
There's this meme of like this guy kind of looks like Anthony Anderson leaning out from behind a tree, rubbing his hands together and like licking his lips. And it's like anytime the Browns hear the words guaranteed contract.
Right? You're like, guaranteed money. Why? Anyway.
Yeah. As much as people want to criticize the Broncos for the Russ Wilson deal being one of the worst in history,
yeah,
there is no worse deal than Deshaun Watson.
No, I agree.
No,
agreed.
Not even close.
We're gonna change gears. NBA. So there's been some trades. June 15th, the Magic acquired Desmond Bain, right, from the Grizzlies. And the Grizzlies got Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, KCP, let's call him that. I don't know. And Cole Anthony. And then a bunch of first-round picks, 25, 26,
getting
28,
Cole
29.
Anthony was a pretty good deal for them.
I think so, because they got a lot more. I will say this, though, about Desmond Bain. He has the biggest biceps of a basketball player I've ever seen. He looks like the strongest.
It's all glamour muscles.
Is it? You don't think it's real? You don't think he can actually strong?
Well, I mean, think about the best shooter in NBA history. How
Well,
big were his biceps?
Well, I don't think shooting is his thing. I think he's just a strong player. I feel like that's. I mean, he shouldn't lose the ball. You know what I mean? He shouldn't. No one should be able to steal it from him because he's got. Look at him in the picture.
Look at the pythons.
Look at the size of this guy. Anyway, I've seen a lot of pictures.
He's also standing next to Jaylen Brown and making his.
Well, that's true. Well, here's KCP.
Yeah, he's a narrow guy.
Yeah, he's narrow. That's a good term. So that happened on June.
I bet he wouldn't appreciate that term.
That just happened. So for Desmond Bain, they got 2 players and 5 first-round picks.
It's pretty impressive.
That's a lot. And now, yeah, they're spread out through 2030. I get it.
That means that Orlando thinks that they were that close to being
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they are, but I mean, all right. I feel like I don't feel like they're that close. Maybe
I mean, they made the playoffs this year, so they definitely took a step forward. Paolo and Franz are fantastic, so I don't know. They're close.
KD got traded again to the Rockets for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks.
Oh, KD. I thought you said AD. I was
KD.
like, AD got traded?
No, not again. Not that guy.
Yeah,
not that one. Not that D.
No, I mean, KD gets traded all the time.
He does. 25 first-round pick, a 25 second-round pick, 2 26 second-round picks, a 2030 second-round. What happened to 27, 28, and 29? But
we need those.
20, we need those.
Or we don't have them to give.
Maybe, and they may have already given them away for something else.
Yeah.
But if you think that the first trade that we talked about Desmond Bain and 5 first-round picks and 2 guys, Kevin Durant got 2 guys and 5 extra picks, 4 seconds and a first. That's a lot for a guy who's 30. What is Kevin Durant? 30 what? How old is he? He's old. He's not young. I mean, he's still a great player.
He's got to be 38 or so.
Let's just, you know what? Let's look it up. Kevin Durant is 36.
Oh, nice.
So, I mean, he's not as old as I thought he was, but
yeah.
I mean, he's still old. So there was that. There was that trade. I don't know who's the winner of that trade. You know what I mean? They've got grades on these things on ESPN, and you can look at that if you want to. But Kevin Durant to the Rockets, okay, maybe that's going to help him out. But all the draft picks are going to be super important in 3 or 4 years, right?
Right.
You would think. Now, you told me second-round picks are garbage. No.
I told you second-round picks are garbage as a general rule.
So there's 4 of them. They got 4 of them in Phoenix for that.
Yeah.
So which may amount to nothing.
And so let me tell you what I found about second-round picks.
Sure.
Oh crap! It's a bunch of them. Here are some of the most notable ones. Nikola Jokic. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a doozy.
That's a win.
Manu Ginobili. 1999.
Yeah.
Draymond Green.
Oh.
Chris Middleton. Jalen Brunson. There's some good ones out there. However, I think I read a thing just a second ago, and I'm trying to find it again. I think it said that since 2000, second round picks have accounted for 10 All NBA first team selections, 15 All NBA second team selections, and 7 All Stars.
Okay.
Since 2000, that's 25 years, 7 All Stars out of the second round.
Okay.
How many of those were Nikola Jokic?
Well, you think he counts multiple times?
I don't think that's the way they're doing. But still, Nikola Jokic is one. Draymond Green is one.
Yeah.
There's 5 other people left. There's 5 other second round draft picks left over a 25-year span. That's what or 24-year span, because I guess it's through 2024. But that's what I mean, is that it's second round picks. They do hit sometimes, but it's very, very, very rare.
All right. I don't consider you being on the All-Star team an indication of how good you are.
I do agree with that, but the first round or first team NBA,
all first team All NBA or first team All Defensive team or any of those things. If you're a sixth man of the year, those kind of things, those are big deals. But
you can go back farther, and you got like Clifford Robinson, you got
Cliff,
Nick Van Axel was second round also, but then you have guys in here like Carlos Boozer, Mo Williams, Kyle Korver. These guys are good, but they're not like.
Don't get mad. Boozer was a Duke
superstars. DeAndre Jordan, that's probably a great one right there.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one, actually.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one, yeah. Paul Millsap, that's actually Marc Gasol. That is a great one.
Yeah.
That is a great second rounder. But really, when you look over here, it says there have been 35 NBA drafts since they adopted the current 2-round format. In that time, in those 35, 21 players have made an All-Star game as a second round draft pick. So since 1989, 21, which means since 2000, way less.
So just for fun, June 23rd, the Celtics trade Drew Holiday to the Blazers for Anthony Simons and 2 future second round picks, which mean nothing. So,
whoop-de-doo, Basil.
I mean, it is what it is. Who's the winner of that trade? I mean, Blazers are giving up draft picks to get Drew Holiday. I don't know that that's a great deal. I think Anthony Simons is pretty good.
Ant's good. He just doesn't play defense. He doesn't assist well. He doesn't. He's a shooter, but he's not a scorer per se. Like Scoot Henderson is a scorer and not a shooter. Anthony was a shooter, not a scorer. CJ McCollum was kind of your best of both worlds type of deal. He could score inside and outside type of thing, but what's it called? Master or whatever. But
Drew's 35.
Yeah. He's old, and we had him 2 years ago.
Right, you already had him once, so
I don't love, but he's a defensive guru.
Yeah,
he adds defense to your front court.
Okay,
like there's something to it.
I'm not thrilled with that trade. I'm not thrilled with it. Yeah, I'm not thrilled with it.
I will say, I just got a news report saying they just picked up Caleb Love after the oh my gosh, after the draft ended as a free agent. I love that for them.
Okay.
And no pun intended. I think that is a great big guard pickup for them.
June 24th, the Wizards trade Jordan Poole to New Orleans for CJ McCollum. There's 2 other guys, Sadiq Bey and Kelly Olynyk, are also in this, and they're going to swap second round picks in
those
different
guys are
times.
kind of on the way out.
Right, but I mean, CJ McCollum's going to be on his 3rd team now.
I need to get his Wizards jersey. I have his Pels jersey and his Blazers jersey.
Well, there you go.
I need that Wizards jersey.
And then I think Jordan Poole's a pretty good player too. I mean, he's played for the Clippers and the Wizards now, and now he's going to be a
Warriors.
Pelican. Warriors, that's right. Warriors.
Too.
That's what it was. Yeah.
That was where Draymond punched him in the face and darn near broke his nose in practice.
Because Draymond is never mind.
Because Draymond's a beacon of good attitude.
Yeah, he is what he is. And then of course there was the blockbuster, as they say, June 24th trade between the Celtics, the Hawks, and the Nets, where the Brooklyn. Well, let's back up. Yeah, the Nets get Terrence Mann.
It's not bad.
The Hawks get Porzingis.
Yep.
Yeah, Kristaps Porzingis, and the Celtics get George Niang.
George Niang is pretty good.
Former Iowa State guy. And then
really?
Yeah, he went to Iowa State. I know, right? And then there's 2 second round picks and a 1st round pick. Brooklyn gets a 1st round pick out of this. So there's that. I mean, that's a win, if you ask me.
I feel like that's a pretty good deal for them.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like both teams kind of walked away from that. Not bad.
Not bad.
Yeah. But
We,
Porzingis has health issues.
yeah,
Porzingis has never played a full season. Last year he played in 42 games. The year before he played in 57. The year before he played in 65. And I'll say maybe 65 is like intentional rest. Like maybe that's what that is.
yeah,
But then 17 the year before that, 34 the year before that, 51 the year before that. He has health issues. And he's been in the league for 10 years. He's not young.
that's true.
So aging big men are tough to deal with. But he helped them win a title, so I don't know. He's an
Yeah,
NBA champ.
he is. There's that. The Blazers picked up Hanson Yang, if you want
Vincent
to
Yang.
Yang Hansen, Yang Hansen. It's
They announced
Chinese.
him as. Wait, did they announce him as Yang Hansen or
I think
Hansen Yang?
so. His last name is Yang. Officially, the Chinese way they do it is his last name is Yang. So he's Hansen.
If you Google
Yang.
him, it flips it. It says Yang Hansen.
That's how they list it in China. They list it as last name first, first name last. That's how they always list it. So, but yeah, he is what he is. I don't know that how great a pick that was. The Blazers traded with Memphis, right? Traded their 11 pick Cedric Coward from Washington State to Memphis for this pick. I mean, he was kind of out of the blue, right? I mean, the book on him is he's good offensively. He has passing ability, a good court awareness offensively. That his defensive skills may not be great, other than shot blocking.
Right.
Slow-footed apparently is a weakness. They said slow-footed with questionable awareness.
Slow-footed with questionable awareness.
All right.
Wait, who is they who said this?
Well, this is ESPN. This is on ESPN. I don't know who's putting the analysis on there, but it's definitely a surprise that the Blazers took him. And as a former, not a former, I mean a Trailblazer fan my entire life, I've watched them draft a lot of big guys, and they were not great. There's been a couple that have been pretty good, but for the most part, when they go and they do this kind of thing and make a we're gonna go after
splash.
A splash. Yeah, he doesn't a splash. He's gonna break an ankle next week. Is what's gonna happen. So
I think a lot of that's being nice and jaded from
the
real bad set of things from 1970 to 19.
Well, the 2000. Let's talk about it's like 30 years worth because it was Sam Bowie.
Yeah.
It was Greg Oden. It was freaking. I mean, there was 4 or 5 different guys that they picked up, and it was the fact that they got Arvydas Sabonis when he was 40. Yeah. They had the rights to him for I don't know, like 10 years, and they couldn't get him from Russia.
I swear I remember, and I'm trying to really remember, but I swear I remember Greg Oden having knee issues in college.
In college, yeah, he did. They drafted him with issues.
So. But here's where I'll kind of give you the where I think it's different is when you drafted Greg Oden, you knew he had some potential health issues. When you drafted who was the big man, Caleb Swanigan, you knew he had some health issues. You knew these people were problems. But when they draft guys who don't have health issues, it doesn't seem to be much of an issue.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Greg Oden was a number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, and he was my goodness, he was going to be if he didn't get hurt, he's oh my goodness, he's. I mean, is he a Hall of Famer now?
No,
I don't think so either, and that's a bummer.
He last played in 2014, 13 and 14 for Miami.
Yeah,
that's the last time he played. He actually only played 3 seasons in the NBA, and it was 1 with 60 games and 2 with 20-something games. He was not. Yeah, he's not what you call a great pick as a number 1 pick. That's a bust, right? And then, if you look at Sam Bowie out of Kentucky.
He got hurt right away too, right?
So Sam Bowie, he had ankle issues too. And he ended up playing for 9 or 10 years, right? He played for New Jersey and the Lakers, and he played for whoever. But to be fair, he only played 2 full seasons. His first year in Portland, he played a full season. Second year, 38 games. Third year, 5 games, right? Portland ends up trading him to New Jersey, where he averaged about 60-something games a year for 4 years, right? And that's not bad. And his career, 14 points a game, 12 points, 15 points. His career took a little upturn, and he played for the Lakers the last 2 years before he got, the injuries took a toll on him. But he was. This is also second round, a number 2 pick overall, and he played one full season and averaged 10 points and 8.6 rebounds for the Blazers, and then the next year 38 games, and done. And the third year, he averaged 16 points a game in 5 games. He played 5 whole games.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the tradition of Portland drafting big men, especially in round 1. And it really frustrates me because I watch it and I go, yeah, they really could use a big man. They could use a guy, a dominant big man. Is this guy a dominant big man? Probably not. Is he a better offensive?
But they drafted their dominant big man last year.
Well, okay. We'll see what happens.
I'm just saying that's their thought process.
Yeah,
we
you're
drafted our mainstay big man last year, and now we're kind of grabbing other people. So I don't know.
Okay,
it's kind of quirky.
Yeah.
But all right, here's a question for you, because you mentioned I mentioned a couple Blazers there. There's 6 Blazers in the Hall of Fame. 6 people who have played for the Blazers are in the Hall of Fame. Who are they?
Drexler. Bill Walton.
Bill Walton's too.
Hold on. If I was going to say Drexler and Walton in the Hall of Fame that played for the Blazers, Buck Williams?
Right. Nope.
He's not in the Hall of Fame?
I don't think so.
Okay.
At least said not for. At least he didn't. Yeah.
He should be.
Probably.
How many did you say there were? 6?
6.
And I mean 2.
One played from the Blazers from 74 to 76.
74 to 76? And then he went to somewhere else, right?
Oh, he went to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
A lot of teams.
Played until 2005.
74 to 76.
Oh, wait. Sorry. Wow, idiot. He with the Blazers 74-75. He came back to the Blazers as a coach 74 to 76.
In the Hall. Oh, so is he in the Hall of Fame as a player?
He's in the Hall of Fame as a player.
Lenny Wilkins?
He was Lenny Wilkins. That's it.
He's in the Hall of Fame as a player? All right.
He's in the Hall of Fame as a player. So you've got 3.
Are you talking about? So we're just talking about players. We're not talking about coaches, because Jack Ramsey's probably in the Hall of Fame.
Players.
Okay.
Yes. Players.
I'm trying to figure if any of those other guys from the championship team were Hall of Famers. Maurice Lucas. Is he on there?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I don't think any of the other guys were Hall of Famers. I think it was just Walton. And then you'd move on to somewhere in the 90-ish range, which I don't think Terry Porter's in the Hall of Fame. And so Clyde Drexler's in there.
The other guy, another guy here, played for the Blazers from 89 to 91. And he was a shooting guard.
89 to 91. I don't know who they had. That would be tough.
Trying to think. He was from Yugoslavia.
He's not in the Hall of Drazen Petrovic?
Drazen Petrovic.
Why is he in the Hall of Fame?
I don't know.
That's a posthumous because he passed away.
Right. Yeah. But he's in. So really? that's your 4th, and your final two are obvious ones.
So Scottie Pippen.
That's correct.
Yeah, because I know he played for the Blazers. That one I know.
I don't necessarily. This doesn't say that they're in as Blazers, but they played for the.
But Blazers. They played for the Blazers. Yeah.
And then one more.
Yeah, and I don't know because the one I want to say. Again, they got him when he was 40.
They got him when he was 30.
Okay, whatever. He was way too old to play basketball at that point. He'd already had bad knees. He couldn't move. This is Arvydas Sabonis, and I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing. The other one. Okay, but he was the Blazers outside of the players that played in '76. This is Walton, or the '90s, right? Petrovic, Drexler. Sabonis was later. And so was Scottie Pippen. They came to the Blazers later. Pippen would have been, what, late 90s? Early 2000s?
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, and I don't
early 2000s.
Sabonis they got about the same time, well, a little before him actually, but Sabonis when he was young, had they gotten him right out of when he was like 20 something, oh man, he would have dominated the NBA. He was the guy. He when he played for the Russian national team and they were amazing. He was the starting center and he could pass, he could shoot, he could run the floor. He did everything. By the time the Blazers got him, he had some knee issues and he was not as good as he could be. I don't know
Yeah,
why he's in necessarily the Hall of Fame, other than his career, which would include playing for Russia.
right.
Yeah, put him in the. And I don't know if it's the NBA. It's a basketball Hall of Fame. It's not the NBA Hall of Fame, is it? It's called the Naismith Memorial
The
Basketball
Naismith.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just the NBA. You could have played for somebody else. Yeah. So Sabonis was in '95. I'm reading this now.
Also, looking back over the Blazers draft picks, when we talk about centers,
Yeah.
they took Donovan Clingan into 2024. They took, well, they technically picked up Harry Giles, but traded him to Sacramento in 2017. They picked up Marko Todorovic in 2013
Sure.
from Montenegro.
Montenegro.
They picked up Jeff Whitey in 2013 also. So two centers in that year. One was a power forward slash center. And then Myers Leonard 2012.
Myers Leonard.
Those are their center draft picks in the last 15 years.
Myers Leonard.
So there's not much.
Could have been good.
He could have been good, yeah.
There is another Blazer that's going to be in the Hall of Fame that used to play for the
Damian Lillard?
Blazers. There's one more player who's about to become inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2025.
Oh,
Who played for the Blazers?
Brandon Roy?
Nope.
No. About to be inducted.
Yeah, he's going to be inducted. He played for the Blazers in 2021 and 2022. Does that help you? Yeah, mostly
Marcus Aldridge.
Mostly he played for everybody else. No, LaMarcus Aldridge played for.
LA played a lot more than that.
Yeah, he played for like 4 or 5, 6 years.
I don't know what position did he play.
Okay, small forward, shooting guard, small forward.
Not like Earl Thomas or some crap like that, is it?
No, he's a big name. I mean,
big name.
He's a big name.
The Blazers don't get big names.
Yeah, they had one at the end of his career.
Oh, Carmelo.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, I have a Melo jersey in the closet.
Melo's about to be inducted, so there's one more.
Yeah, okay, we'll get one.
But he only played
and we might get Dame too.
He only played for like a year and a half. You might get Dame too, yeah. It's true. Dame will probably go in.
It'd be hard to justify putting Dame in with no finals appearances, no what's it called? No championships, no like minimal all-star team selections. He only has like 5.
It's true. There's only one Blazer with an NBA with a championship in the Hall of Fame. The rest of them don't have a championship. So I mean, there's that. And Drazen Petrovic, I'm still, that one confuses me a little. I love Drazen Petrovic. Don't get me wrong. I was super pissed at him when he became a Blazer because he wore number 44, and that was my number. That's what I wanted. But his career, I guess, if you want to say, he only played. I don't know. He got inducted in the Hall of Fame in 2002. Is when he became a Hall of Famer. His career is okay.
Kind of all over the place.
I mean, it's not bad. He was a good scorer. He averaged in New Jersey 20 points, 22 points a game. So I'm not sure exactly when he passed away.
Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
When Yang comes to play for the Blazers, does he have to have a green card or a work visa?
I don't know how that works. The NBA must figure all that out, right?
I mean, they have to, right?
They have to.
Is Luka Doncic on a green card?
Are they going to come? Is ICE going to come take him away in the middle of the night? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. Well, they're gonna wait for him to go to his hearing and then take him away there. That's what they've been doing.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. That's a great question, but they have to, right? Because he's a Chinese national, right? And
I'm googling it. Does Luka Doncic have a green card?
He must.
No, he does not. He is a Savannah citizen who plays under a P1A visa, which is specifically for internationally recognized athletes. Okay, so there is a visa,
a different visa, for athletes.
All right, because I'm sitting here thinking he has to go down to like fill out forms and go to the local courthouses. But no.
I mean, why not? That seems right.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be? All right. You know what? We've been on for quite a while. And
We have.
we haven't covered a lot of the stuff that we were trying to get to. But just as news and notes, um, because we can, we want to mention Aaron Rodgers officially is a Steeler. I don't know that that's any good for Pittsburgh or not. I'm torn. I feel like well, torn's a good term because that's what happened in New York with the Jets. Um, I don't know that he's too old, right? I don't think he's going to
I
be.
don't know.
I don't think he's going to be great. He could be passable as a starting quarterback if your defense is good. You got a running game. He's going to make some plays, right? That's what he does. But I don't think he's the kind of player that you had 5 years ago, where he could create something out of nothing. He can't do that anymore. He's broken and he's old and he doesn't move that fast, and he gets rid of the ball super fast when there's trouble. I don't think he's going to help them move forward. I don't think this is a win for Pittsburgh. I don't know why Pittsburgh was the landing spot for him. That's what I'm confused about. I think there's other teams that could have used him.
Well, I don't know
But
that
they're
that
probably
many
not
other
willing to pay
places
for him.
wanted him. Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably not willing to pay for him. You're right. And then that's a part of a thing too. But I mean, why was Pittsburgh willing? Is Mike Tomlin think that he can, whoop 40-something-year-old Aaron Rodgers into shape? I don't know. I don't feel like this is going to be a win. I feel like Pittsburgh is going to do the same thing they did last year. They're going to be mediocre, and it doesn't matter if it's Russell Wilson or if it's Aaron Rodgers or if it's whichever quarterback you're going to throw out there. It's going to be meh.
Yeah.
In a division with Baltimore and a Cleveland team that might be much better. Cincinnati. I think Pittsburgh is the third best team in that league if their defense is great.
Yeah. I don't foresee Rogers hurting them, but I don't foresee him having a big impact.
Yeah, so I feel like
They'll like I said, they won 9 games last year. They'll probably win 9 games this
probably
year.
win 9 games this year. If you're watching the Formula One, the Pirelli Canadian Grand Prix was what, last weekend? Officially?
2
13th through
weekends
the
ago.
15th. I guess it's 2 weekends. Yeah, it's
2
2 weekends
weekends
ago. George Russell was your winner. Max Verstappen second. Kimi Antonelli was his first first podium, right, for Mercedes. Oscar Piastri and yeah, Lando Norris had a run in, which
I wouldn't say it that way.
well, Lando Norris ran into him.
There you go. Lando Norris had a run in with Oscar Piastri.
He ran right up his butt. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what was going on, but he just literally ran into the back of him, and he was out. Good thing he didn't knock out Piastri too. Piastri finished fourth. I feel like there was probably a lot of talk over the last 2 weeks at McLaren. There was probably a lot of talking to the two drivers and figuring out how to better. By just letting them go and race, I think you're going to have more of this because the two of them are good and they're both going to be battling for first, second, third, fourth, fifth. They're going to be right there all the time.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you just let them race, there's going to be a problem. You're going to have to clearly declare
Gonna
one of
rear
them,
its head,
but I
yeah.
think it's Piastri you're going to have to declare as number one, and Lando's
Yeah.
gonna not like that. Uh, so we'll see how that plays out. We'll see how long the two of them are teammates. That's another thing because we got another team opening up right next year.
Yeah. Have you seen all of Valtteri Bottas's posts about Cadillac?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
Yeah, he's been teasing it. I think Bottas, Ricardo, perfect.
I think that's a good first season. I don't know that I would bank my paycheck on that, but I would.
I mean, I wouldn't
That's
either,
good for.
but
It's good
it
for PR.
sells.
Yeah, it's going to sell
Yeah,
a
it
lot.
sells the team
Yeah.
for a season or two,
Yep.
and
Yep.
God forbid Valtteri can actually do something with it. And I think Danny Rick is all right, but I don't think he's. I think he's like at best he's like a 7th, 8th, 9th place person, but I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
that stake team, Valtteri driving for that stake team really killed the perception of him, but I don't think he's bad. I just think that team sucks.
And I'm just going to say this because we're almost done. I'm going to say this about the Canadian Grand Prix. If I could go to one, I love the way the track looks.
Yeah.
It's on an island, and it's pretty. You know what I mean?
Cool looking, yeah.
Yeah, and it always rains there, so there's always some rain in practice or qualifying or whatever.
One of the
You're
sessions
going to
is
see
gonna have it,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, you're going to see some rain. just because of the time of the year that it's there. But it's right next to the Olympic venue in Montreal, where they have. You can see, like in this picture, you can see that's the rowing venue.
Oh, nice.
That big long
That's
pool
cool.
is where they did the Olympic rowing. So yeah, and there's some cool spots in it. The race itself is never very super great interesting, and that there's not a lot of places to pass. So it kind of is a little boring, unless this last one, like you said, this last one had a lot of drama at the end. Um, but I like the way F1 is going now. I think there's been a lot more drama, and I like the fact that we don't know necessarily who's going to win. George Russell won this more of surviving, I guess. Just you know what I mean?
He did a really good job surviving.
He did a really good job of surviving and winning this race. But Kimi Antonelli, props to him for winning his first podium, which is, he's a good driver. That's he's gonna be really really good. Also, he just graduated from high school. There's
Congrats.
there's that. Just like this last week, he graduated from high school in Italy. Um, that's crazy to me that there's guys like that. I know when I was
It feels like that's most guys though. Most guys start driving when they're around 18,
drivers,
19,
yeah, the
so
drivers do.
yeah.
Yeah, but I'm like, when I was in high school, you couldn't have put me behind an F1 car. Of course, with training, maybe, if I had been brought up to do that with karts and whatnot, yeah, maybe. But at age 18, I am freaking out of control.
Well, but like yeah, but that's the implication that you just picked up and dropped in it. Yeah, and
Yeah,
I
yeah,
would
yeah.
no, these guys wouldn't be
They've
able to
been
do this if they've been plucked and dropped into it at
right.
18
They've been doing karts, go
their whole
karts, and
life.
then F2 or F3 or
F2,
E,
yep.
whatever. They were doing all this stuff. I get it. They've been bred to do this, and I understand that. I find it amazing that there's an 18-year-old kid out here who can do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He doesn't
I
get
mean,
sidetracked, and
Max was 17 when he
yeah, he
started.
was 17.
Stroll was
But
18.
also,
Bierman was
but also
18.
Max acted like a 17-year-old and ran into everybody.
Yeah, that's classic Max.
Kimi Antonelli doesn't do that.
At
He
least he
has
doesn't seem to yet.
a little more control. Yeah, Max was definitely acted like a kid with a super souped up sports car, and he was just running into everybody. I don't know. Anyway, the standings for F1, which I had up a minute ago. I don't know what the hell is going on. I can't really find anything. But right now, Oscar Piastri leads 198 points. Lando Norris second, 176. So 22 points separate the two. It was 10 coming into the race, but Piastri got 12 and Lando crashed his way out. Verstappen picked up points, right? He's only 43 points behind Piastri.
He still has a chance to win it.
Don't count him out. And then George Russell picked up points. George Russell picked up 13 points in this race. He is 60 points behind. So that's a pretty big gap. But still, I think that there's a lot of there's some players. There's some top four. Probably, I don't think Leclerc's in this, honestly. But I think the top four, although Leclerc's been better the last three races. I don't think that I think it's Piastri, Norris, Verstappen, maybe Russell. You know what I mean?
Right.
And George would need some help with people crashing into each other. But this is McLaren's race to lose. McLaren's going to win the Constructors' Championship. They're 175 points ahead of Mercedes, even though Mercedes got 40 points this weekend. Still doesn't matter.
It's still McLaren's Constructors.
Yeah, McLaren's going to win this with, I don't know, 15 races left. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. I was wrong. There's 14 races left.
Oh no.
Austria is this weekend. If you're watching the Austrian Grand Prix at Red Bull Ring, that's a good race. I like that track. I would go watch that. But it's followed by Silverstone. That's another good track. That's another good race. I'd go watch that too. This is probably my favorite stretch when we go through here, and then there's a break, but then you go to Spa and what's the other one?
After Spa?
Zandvoort.
Zandvoort.
Yeah, so they do all this Central Europe stuff all at once, and it's really, really good. I like it. Anyway, so there's that. What else were we talking about? Anything else that we need to talk about? United States men's national team will play on Sunday against Costa Rica in the CONCACAF Gold Cup in the quarterfinals. So if you're not doing anything on Sunday, watch that. The U.S. men's national team has looked good and bad in their three group stage games. Um, there's been times where I looked at them and I said, "What are they doing? They don't have any idea what they're doing." But there's some flashes of brilliance, but it hasn't been the same names either. You haven't when you tune in, you'll go, "Who are these guys?
Who are these
Who are
guys?
these guys? I don't even know half of these guys. I don't even know who they are." I knew a couple of them from previous World Cups and things, but there's very few. So anyway, U.S. men, Costa Rica on Sunday. I'm not sure what time that is. I didn't look, so I feel like we could probably find out for the rest of the world and let them know. Um, hang on, I'm going. It's at
You're
four.
going
It's at 4 o'clock on Sunday.
4 o'clock Pacific.
I assume that's right.
Yeah, because mine says 5 o'clock.
Yeah, 4 o'clock Pacific. Yep, it's on Fox. So if you want to watch it, it'll be on Fox. The United States and Costa Rica have history. They do play in the last 5 games. The United States has won 4 of them and lost 1. So that's pretty good, but it always seems like a team that they want to struggle with for some reason. I don't know why. Costa Rica, Panama, those 2 teams, I don't like it when they play them.
And yeah, and
Yeah.
and they like to put us in divisions with Panama.
They do like to put us wherever Panama is. So
Yeah,
there's that.
that makes travel easy,
I guess that's what it's after.
easier.
Yeah, easier. If they win, I don't know where's the bracket. Does it even have a bracket? Scores, fixtures and results, scores. Is it under? Hang on, I'm looking.
I can tell.
I know. I'm trying to figure out exactly what it is. If they win, they'll play the winner of Canada and Guatemala. So the U.S. Canada could be a semifinal, and then if they win that, they'd be playing in the finals, and it's probably Mexico, barring something crazy happening, or Panama. I mean, Panama's going to be in there. It's possible. The other semifinal, the other quarterfinals. If you're watching, good Lord, why does this thing jump so far? The other quarterfinals on Saturday, Mexico plays Saudi Arabia, Panama plays Honduras. So I would expect Panama and Mexico to play in the semifinal. I would expect the United States and Canada. Those would be the top 4 teams in CONCACAF. That would make sense. If you're putting money out there, that's what I'd bet on. Anyway, so there's that. You got anything? You want to talk for a minute?
Oh, I currently have no minute to talk about.
You don't have anything you want to talk about?
No.
Oh, I just got rid of all the soccer stuff. We'll talk about that next week.
Of course. Oh, of course you did.
I had the soccer. I just started closing things out, and I had all the soccer stuff. But here we'll ask this. Just this will be the first one.
Okay.
What does CONCACAF stand for? And that's the question. CONCACAF Gold Cup. CONCACAF is a qualifying league for the World Cup. What does it actually stand for? What are the words in CONCACAF that make it an abbreviation?
I'm guessing the F is football.
The F is football. Yeah, you got that one. There's one part of it.
Maybe it's a
Yep, say it.
Association
football. Yep, that's the last 2. The AF. You got it. You were right. That's a good chunk of it.
NCAC. NCA. I don't know.
It's tough.
I think it references North America in some point.
It does, but not.
You said kinda.
Yes. So
I don't know.
If you don't have a guess.
Wait, CONCACAF is just it's just the country. It's just the country. I don't know. It's just North American countries, right?
No.
Wait.
Well, Panama is not a North American country.
Hold on. What am I trying to say here?
Yeah.
Well, no, I guess that's... Wait, Panama's not a North American country?
No, Panama's a Central American country.
What am I thinking of here?
North
America is a continent. Wait, am I crazy? Is North America not a continent?
Yes. And North America ends at the end of Mexico.
Oh.
And then it becomes Central America.
I thought it went farther.
Nope.
No. Oh, well, there's part of the answer.
Yep.
North. Wait, is it North Central? What is the other C? North and Central America. What is the other?
Well, think of the other teams that are in this group. Think of
Oh,
another
I
team.
didn't see what other teams are in the group.
Oh, you got to think of the other teams that are in the group. So we mentioned Panama,
Bolivia, Panama.
Canada. We mentioned Panama, Mexico, right? Most of those are North America or Central America. We had Honduras.
Is like oh my gosh, what is Jamaica in there too?
Jamaica's in that group.
Could it be Caribbean?
Yes. So now put it all together. What is that first C?
Okay.
the first the CON. Well, the CO technically is one word. The N C A C is the next group.
Is the NCAC North Central America and North Central America Caribbean?
Yep, North Central America and Caribbean. Yep.
So are the first two just like title, like
the CO, the Confederation?
Confederation.
So it's the Confederation of North Central America and Caribbean Association Football. That's
now,
what
hold on. Why is there not another A in there? They give you an O for of and not an A for and?
No, the O is for CO Confederation, not of. It's Confederation. CO Confederation.
Why
North.
does it get
I don't know. Don't ask me. I didn't write it. I'm just telling you. That's so what it is. The Confederation. Well, CON technically Confederation, but the N is North. So, yeah, North Central. So
this
there's that.
Dumb.
Okay, well, there's 5 more groups, and we'll talk about them next week. So get your thinking cap on. You need to know UEFA, and you need to know AFC and OFC, and crap. What was the other ones I was thinking of?
Okay,
CAF.
no, hold on.
Okay,
I was right. Panama is part of North America,
is
the
it?
continent.
Okay.
But it is not part of a North America, the region. It is part of Central America,
right?
The region. So when I was asking earlier, I was like, wait, is it just all of North
America,
but let's, right? Which includes the Caribbean.
Let's back up for just a second, though. When you refer to North America as a continent, that includes Central America.
That includes Central America and most of the Caribbean.
Yeah, all of that is one thing. Yeah, all of that is technically one thing. But we're separating them for soccer purposes. Central America is Central America, and North America is North America.
I didn't know that when we were trying to work our way through it. I was like, wait, it's just all North American countries, right?
They refer to North America as Canada, U.S., Mexico. That's it. Everything else is Central America, that's down that way, and then the Caribbean's all the water stuff. Haiti, the Dominican Republic. Those are all Jamaica. Yeah. Those are all water. That's all Caribbean.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
This all makes more sense.
Yeah. All right.
It's nonsense, but it makes more sense.
They're kind of all nonsense. The way they list them, I laugh every time when I see like the OFC. You'll see the OFC when it comes up, and you go, "What is OFC?" Right? And then it'll make sense. And then
you know it.
And then you'll go, "Okay, well, these groups here, these teams here are in the OFC." And then it makes sense, but it's still kind of weird. All right. Anyway, that's all I got. That's all I got for tonight.
Good to know.
Yeah, good to know, right? All of that's good. So there you go. I got music. Look at that. Woo. Want to thank ESPN. I want to thank Fox for the information here that we just looked up. For the most part, that's all where it came from. Want to thank everyone for listening. Next week, we're going to talk more about the Gold Cup, and we'll talk about WNBA and some other things. But want to thank everyone for listening. It's been a Brain Rock production, a division of Lonely Tree Media, and we'll see you next week.